Hey learner, this is Nilesh Borate. So in this video, we are going to see the Kotlin exception handling. First, we will see that what is an exception. An exception is an unwanted or unexpected event which occur during the execution of a program, that is at runtime, that disturb the normal flow of program execution. So exception handling is a process using which we can prevent the program from such exception that can break our code. There are two types of exception, check and uncheck. So check exception that are declared as a part of a method signature and are checked at compile time. For example, IO exception. Uncheck exception do not need to be added as a part of method signature and they are checked at runtime. For example, null pointer exception. So handling of exception in Kotlin is same as Java. We use try, catch, finally, throw and throws keyword. Some of the common exceptions are null pointer exception. It is thrown when we try to invoke a property or method on null object. Then arithmetic exception. It is thrown when invalid arithmetic operations are performed on numbers, that is divided by 0. Then security exception. It is thrown to indicate security violation. Then array index out of bounds exception. It is thrown when we try to access invalid index value of an array. So these are the some examples of built-in exceptions. So let's see the syntax of a try catch block. So try, then this is a code where an exception can occur. Then catch, this is the object E colon, here exception name. And this is a block to handle the exception. Then finally, this is the optional block. A try block can be associated with more than one catch block. However, they can only one finally block present. So let's see the one example. We are dividing a number with 0. Then see what happened. So this is a var answer is equal to 10 divided by 0. So in mathematics, you cannot divide any number to 0. But if you can try to this, then see what happened. Here we print the result, println, this is answer. So see here, after running this code, exception in main java.lang.arithmetic exception divided by 0. So here this exception is handled by compiler. If you want to print the user defined error message, then here we need to handle this exception. So this code is entered in try block. And here there is a one catch, this is object E, and give the exception name arithmetic exception. So pass here the one message println divide by 0, this is error, divided by 0. So see here, after running this code, so this is a catch block error divided by 0. So if 10 is divided by 2, then see here my output is that the 5. This is the answer. So if you don't know about the exception name, then directly here pass the exception. So this exception class handle the any kind of a exception occur in a program. So see here, after running this code, this is your answer 5. And if the 10 divided by 0, after running this code, this is your answer divided by 0. So next one is that the throw keyword. So it is used to throw an explicit exception. It can also be used to throw a custom exception. So let's see one example. So here we give one message throw, then exception, then here pass the one message exception message, and here println end of try. So this is your exception, error, exception. By using this throw keyword, you can call the exception explicitly. So see here, it is going to catch and showing this message error exception. On this line, compiler cursor is going to catch block. So here catch, this message is printed. So this end of try message is not printed here because this is the second message in a try block. So like this way we can throw the exception. So here we use the finally block, for example finally, and this is one message println finally block. So see here, after running this code, so this is a catch block error and this is a finally block error. So finally block is executed whether exception is handled or not. So see here, when there is no throw statement, then see here, this is a try block statement, end of try, and this is a finally block statement, finally block. So finally block is compulsory executed and it is defined only once. You cannot define more than one finally block, but you can define more than one catch statement. So like Java, every try have at least one catch or one finally. If it is defined both, then sequence wise first define catch, then define finally. So next example is for the multiple catch statement. So here catch, we copy paste this code 2 times. So first one is that the arithmetic exception, second one is that number format exception, and third one is that the exception. So this is a arithmetic. So this error is the number format and this is only exception, this is finally block. So here if your answer is 10 divided by 0, then it is automatically going to catch block, arithmetic exception block. So see here, arithmetic exception block and the finally block. So like this way you can define multiple catch in a single program. So it is very similar to Java programming language. So next example is that if you define one array where a is equal to, for example this is your integer array, and here only one number is defined, and if you try to assign a new number at 10th index, then see here what happened. So there is a no array index out of bound exception catch block, so it is automatically going to this exception block. So this exception block is handle any kind of exception. So see here, after running this code, this is exception catch block and this is a finally block. Okay, so this is another example. Then like Java, you can also define the nested try catch block. So nested try catch means you define one try catch in another try block. So let's see one example. So here we remove all these catches here. So this is the only try catch. So here try where number equal to 10 divided by 2. Here we print this number. Then there is a one more try. And this is the catch of inner try. So here this is a array index out of bound exception, and println error array index out of bound, and this is a catch for exception, this is the error exception. So see here, line by line, 10 divided by 2, 5. So there is a no runtime error. Here we print the answer 5. Then going to inner try block. So here define the only one element in array, and here you try to assign a new number at 10th index, but this is not a possible. So directly going to this catch block, array index out of bound. So this error message is printed. So see here, line by line. So first 5 answer, and inner try throw the array index out of bound exception. So like this way you define the nested try catch. So next one is that the new feature in a Kotlin language which are not in a Java. So try block in a Kotlin can work as an expression. It can return a value just like any other expression. The return value can be stored in a variable. So let's see one example. So here we remove this code, try. So here var number equal to try, and here we define one string var message equal to Kotlin uppercase. We use this function. So here we convert this message into uppercase. Then here catch, this is the exception, and after breaking this try catch, here we print your the number. So see here, run, Kotlin is in capital. So here going to try, here we convert this message into uppercase, and this answer is returned and assigned to this variable. So number equal to in capital Kotlin. So after breaking this loop, here we print the number, means that this is your Kotlin in capital message. So here if you try to convert this string to integer, then it is automatically going to this exception. And see here, this is the exception directly going to catch, and this is the Kotlin.unit, means that here they not return the any message. So see here, if your message is that the ABCD, then see here after running this code, so this is a Kotlin unit, means that here if you try to print this number variable, then there is a no return message. So default message is that this is the Kotlin.unit message, because this is directly going to this catch block. So this is a new feature in a Kotlin. So here we finish the basic syntax and the basic meanings of exception handling in a Kotlin, so which are very useful in a Android development. So on next video, we will see that the object oriented programming concept. So till if you have any queries, then comment on your query in comment box. Likes and subscribe the channel. See you on next video. Thank you.